So what happens when you stop taking the semaglutide GLP-1 receptor agonist? So in this study of people who were overweight without diabetes, they were on semaglutide or placebo for 68 weeks and had lifestyle intervention. Semaglutide lost 17% of their weight, placebo lost 2%. 1 year after discontinuing the semaglutide, those folks gained 2/3 of their prior weight and also had degradation of their cardiometabolic system. Even if they did continue with their exercise and diet changes. Likewise, the placebo group also regained most of the lost weight. And this is a typical finding. So why don't people keep the weight off when they stop the semaglutide? So everybody knows about yo-yo dieting. The other piece that's related is we know that babies in utero, when they're exposed to a nutrient deficient environment, will have genetic or epigenetic alterations that make them more sensitive to caloric exposures and end up having a higher probability of being obese later because their genes become very careful about what to do with each calorie that's consumed. So when taking the GLP-1 receptor agonists, there seems to be hormonal adjustments that are in response to the weight reduction, that then when you get into a more caloric environment, the body has become very sparing and very targeted in its use of calories. And so every calorie kind of counts as more. We also see that there is incompetence in the central nervous system in regulating weight after going off of the semaglutide because of the lack of GLP-1 receptor agonist. And so then the body isn't able to regulate itself anymore. There's also beta cell malfunction that occurs because of that prolonged exposure to GLP-1 receptor agonists. And then, of course, the microbiome will be distorted because people haven't been eating. And so then the microbiome will be sparse and not prepared to deal with food or regular life. So these are the 4 ways that people might be gaining weight when semaglutide is discontinued: hormonal imbalance, dysregulation of the central nervous system, dysfunction of the beta cells, and reduced ability to produce insulin, and then altered gut microbiota. So the hypothalamus orchestrates the balance between energy consumption and energy expenditure. It does this by interpreting signals from the GI, the pancreas, and adipose tissue. So weight rebound after stopping the semaglutide is stimulated by a persistent decreased leptin after the initial weight reduction, altered levels of cholecystokinin due to low energy uses while on semaglutide, and a surge of ghrelin, which promotes appetite. So this study showed that while there is a reprogramming of the system that regulates weight, that alteration is changed in 4 weeks after stopping the medication. And so it basically, the body goes back to the way it was before being on the medication, or more difficulty with metabolism.